What's good wrestling vs CC family? Your boy is back with some explosive news that's got the entire WWE universe talking. Rey Mysterio, the master of the 619, the ultimate underdog, the man who's defied gravity for over 3 decades, and there are serious whispers about his potential retirement following recent events with Kevin Owens. But before we dive deep into this rabbit hole, smash that like button if you're a Rey Mysterio fan. Hit subscribe and that notification bell because we're about to break down everything you need to know about what could be the end of an era. Alright family, let me paint you the picture. We've got Rey Mysterio at 50 years old, 50. This man has been defying father time like he defies the laws of physics in that ring. But recent developments have got everyone asking the same question: is this finally it for the master of the 619? First, let's talk about what we know versus what's being speculated. Rey has been dealing with some injury concerns lately. He suffered a groin injury that had him sidelined, and there's been tension building with Kevin Owens on SmackDown. That confrontation on January 17th? That wasn't just another random backstage segment, that was personal. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is where Wrestling vs CC does what we do best: we dig deeper than the surface level reporting. Rey has been increasingly vocal about retirement lately, and Triple H's involvement in these discussions has been more significant than most people realize. Let me break down the timeline for you because this story has layers like an onion. Rey Mysterio has been dropping hints about retirement for months now. Back in December, he told WWE's YouTube channel that he wants the fans to decide when he retires. Think about that for a second. This man, who could easily ride off into the sunset with all the accolades in the world, is putting his career in the hands of the WWE Universe. But then January 17th happened. SmackDown. San Diego, Rey's hometown. This man comes out to address his people, and who interrupts him? Kevin Owens. Now, I've been watching wrestling for years, and let me tell you something: when Kevin Owens picks a fight, it's not just for entertainment. This guy brings intensity like few others can. The confrontation got physical fast. Rey compared Owens' attitude to his own son Dominic, and if you know anything about the Mysterio family drama, you know that's hitting below the belt. Owens snapped, they brawled, and Rey almost connected with that 619 before Owens escaped. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just another storyline beat. Sources close to the situation suggest there might have been more to this confrontation than what we saw on TV. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: Rey's physical condition. This man has been wrestling since the early 1990s. His body has taken an absolute beating over the years. We're talking about a guy who's had knee surgeries, back problems, and most recently, that groin injury that kept him out of action. But here's what's really concerning, and this is where the Kevin Owens situation becomes crucial: Rey has been working through pain for months. The groin tear that sidelined him? That was just the tip of the iceberg. Wrestling insiders have been whispering that Rey's been dealing with multiple nagging injuries, and that confrontation with Owens might have aggravated something serious. Think about Rey's style: high-flying, high-impact, putting his body on the line every single night. At 50, that's not sustainable forever. Even superhumans have limits, and Rey Mysterio might be approaching his. The speculation about retirement isn't just fan fantasy, it's becoming a very real possibility. And if Triple H is involved in these discussions, as reports suggest, then we might be looking at a carefully orchestrated farewell tour rather than a sudden retirement announcement. Speaking of Triple H, let's talk about his role in all this because the game's involvement tells us everything we need to know about how seriously WWE is taking these retirement talks. Back in 2022, when Rey was considering retirement after the whole Dominic situation, Triple H personally talked him out of it. Picture this: Rey goes to Triple H, tells him he's thinking about hanging up the boots, and Triple H calls him into his office for a heart-to-heart. That's not just corporate politics, that's respect between two legends who understand what this business means. But fast forward to 2025, and the conversation might be different. Triple H knows that Rey can't go forever, and if these injury concerns are as serious as they appear, the game might be helping Rey plan the perfect send-off rather than trying to talk him out of retirement. If Rey Mysterio does retire, we're looking at the end of an era that spans multiple generations of WWE fans. This is a man who's been a bridge between the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, and the current PG era. Kids who watched him in WCW are now adults showing their own children Rey Mysterio matches. But let's be real, WWE has been preparing for this. They've been building up the next generation of highflyers, they've got Dragon Lee making waves, and Rey himself has been putting over younger talent for years. This isn't going to catch WWE off guard. However, the emotional impact. That's something you can't prepare for. Rey Mysterio retiring isn't just about losing a wrestler, it's about saying goodbye to childhood hero for millions of fans worldwide. Before we wrap this up, let's talk about what Rey Mysterio's legacy means in the context of modern wrestling. This man broke barriers that people said couldn't be broken. At 5 feet 6 inches in a world of giants, Rey proved that heart, skill, and passion could overcome size every single time. His influence on modern wrestling cannot be overstated. Every highflyer in WWE today owes something to Rey Mysterio. Ricochet, Rey Fenix, Dragon Lee, they all walk a path that Rey helped create. And that's 619. Come on, that move is iconic. Kids in playgrounds around the world have been hitting each other with 619s for decades. That's cultural impact beyond wrestling. So where does this leave us, Wrestling vs. CC family? Are we looking at the final chapter of Rey Mysterio's incredible career? The signs are pointing toward yes, but as we've learned in wrestling, nothing is guaranteed until it actually happens. What we do know is this, whether Rey retires tomorrow or continues for another year, we need to appreciate what we're witnessing. We're watching one of the greatest of all time in his final act, and that's something special. Rey Mysterio has given us memories that will last a lifetime. From his WCW Cruiserweight Classics to his WWE Championship run, from his legendary matches with Eddie Guerrero to his recent family drama with Dominic, this man has been entertainment personified for over 30 years. If this is really the beginning of the end, then let's make sure we show Rey Mysterio all the love and respect he deserves. Because legends like Rey Mysterio don't come around often, and when they're gone, wrestling is never quite the same. What do you think, Wrestling vs. CC family? Are you ready to say goodbye to Rey Mysterio, or do you think he's got more left in the tank? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video if you want to see Rey get the retirement send-off he deserves. Until next time, this is Wrestling vs. CC, and remember, in wrestling, anything can happen, but legends are forever. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Rey Mysterio retirement speculation, check out our video on the top 10 greatest Rey Mysterio matches of all time, link in the description. Peace out, wrestling family.